I've worked night audit at hotels for almost 7 years. If you've ever stayed in one, I've probably been the guy watching you on a screen at 2 a.m. while you wander to the ice machine in socks. You learn a lot about people in this job. You also learn a lot about places. The hotel I'm about to tell you about wasn't just haunted. It was hollowed out. It remembered. This happened 2 winters ago. I was between long-term gigs and picked up a short contract at an old mountainside resort called the Grayson. 5-star seasonal luxury, mostly catering to rich families and corporate retreats. The kind of place where everything smells like furniture polish and money. They were desperate for someone to cover night shifts during their January stretch. Snowed-in roads, skeleton crew, easy money. The first 3 nights? Peaceful. The staff were kind, if a bit cagey. Most of them had worked there forever. Housekeepers, bellhops. A manager named Owen, who always seemed stressed. The place was huge, but eerily quiet in the off-season. On the 4th night, something changed. At 1:12 a.m., the system pinged. A guest requested towels for room 616. Simple enough, right? Except I had just walked that hallway an hour ago. And I swear to you, there is no room 616. The hotel's 6th floor has a long hallway, rooms 601 through 615 on one side, 617 through 630 on the other. No 616, no door. Just a blank stretch of ornate wallpaper and a wall sconce that flickers when the heat kicks in. I checked the digital system. There it was. Room 616, occupied, active. Guest name, Harrow, M. I checked the paper map from the 1980s they kept behind the desk. No 616 listed there either. So I asked Owen, the manager. He was half asleep in the back office. When I mentioned the number, he froze mid-sip of his coffee. If it's showing up, don't go, he said. Just wait it out. I pressed him for more. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Some rooms don't stay buried. That's not your fault. Just don't feed it." Feed it? Naturally, I didn't listen. The system wouldn't stop pinging. Guest awaiting delivery, room 616. So around 1:40 a.m., I took a stack of towels and headed up to the 6th floor. The hallway was dim, dead silent. I walked past room 615 and stopped, because there it was. Room 616. A door that hadn't been there before. Same style as the others, heavy oak, brass numbers. But the numbers looked new, too polished, like someone had just screwed them in. There was a faint smell, like perfume and mold. Something old. I knocked. No answer. I was about to turn around when I heard it. A voice, calm and smooth, from inside. "Come in." The door creaked open on its own. I know. I should have turned around. But I didn't. The room was beautiful. That's the part I can't forget. While the rest of the hotel had modern upgrades, this room looked like something out of a 1920s magazine. Candelabras, velvet curtains, dark wood walls, a fireplace burning quietly, and in the center of it all, sitting in a deep leather chair, was a man, Mr. Harrow, mid-50s, pale, sharp suit, thin mustache, calm smile like he'd been expecting me. "Thank you, Jordan," he said. "You always took good care of us." I hadn't introduced myself. He took the towels, folded them perfectly, and placed them beside him. Then he asked if I could bring up a bottle of red wine the next night. I nodded like I was sleepwalking, backed out of the room, and as soon as I stepped into the hallway again, the door was gone. Just wall. No room 616. Nothing. I didn't sleep when I got home. Couldn't stop thinking about him, or how he knew my name. The next night, 1:13 a.m. sharp, another request came in. "Room 616, 1 bottle red wine." I went back to that floor, and the door was there again, just like before. This time, the hallway behind it looked longer, like the geometry didn't make sense. I brought the wine, handed it to Mr. Harrow, and again he thanked me. "You've always been good to the guests," he said. "Some people forget what matters." He offered me a glass. I refused. As I turned to leave, I noticed a photo on the wall. Black and white. A family. Man, wife, young daughter. Except the wife's face was scratched out, carved with something sharp. And the little girl? She looked exactly like a photo I'd seen in the break room. One of the housekeepers, Marta, had a grandchild. That same face. Except this photo was dated 1929. I confronted Marta the next morning. She looked like she'd seen a ghost when I described the room. Then she told me the truth. "There was a man named Harrow," she said. "Stayed here with his family, long time ago. But he was not right in the head. Thought the hotel was some kind of spiritual gate. Said it showed him things. One night he killed his wife. Set fire to the suite. His daughter survived. Hotel covered it up. Bricked the room over. Never rented it again. But sometimes it opens." I started losing time. Clocks jumped hours when I looked away. My keycard stopped working, then opened doors it shouldn't. One night I walked into the staff lounge and found myself standing in room 616 again. No transition, no door, just there. And Mr. Harrow, waiting. This time he was painting. "The hotel remembers you," he said. "It keeps the ones who serve it well." I begged Owen to let me quit. He didn't even argue, just handed me my last check and said, "You should leave. Before the room decides you belong to it." I was already packing when the system pinged one last time, 1:16 a.m. "Guest checkout complete. Room 616 now vacant. Replacement pending." Replacement? I don't remember falling asleep that night. But I dreamed of the room. Not just the furniture. Everything. The walls, the floor, the photos, the flames. I stood in the center and saw myself reflected in every picture on the wall. Smiling, pouring wine, holding a tray, serving guests who had no faces. I left the next day. Drove until my phone lost signal. I never looked back. I've never told anyone the full story, not until now. But here's what made my blood run cold. A few months ago, I got curious, searched the hotel's name online. They'd hired a new night auditor, young guy. I found a photo of the welcome post, just him smiling in uniform. Behind him, in the blurred hallway, was a door, room 616, visible, just barely. And standing in the doorway, watching, was Mr. Harrow.